So this is a no spoiler review. So I just saw Maul 5 and 6. I'm gonna try to rewatch them because I'm like less enthusiastic than other people. So I think it's fair to say the pacing for the first two episodes was decidedly a lot stronger than 3 and 4. Episodes 5 and 6 are puzzlingly too slow and too fast. So what are we getting? Well, we're getting more with Dev slowly becoming seduced by Darth Maul. Well, sorry, Maul Shadow Lord now. Because, Sidious took away the Darth. I don't know. Can't we just call him Darth Maul? Does he need the official sanction? Anyway. So Darth Maul. So Darth Maul is seducing Dev. And Dev is becoming more complex. He meets other characters. And one scene was with this very young kid, which was very touching. But that's kind of the fatal flaw. Why are we introducing more characters? It just seems pointless and needless. I'm sure there's going to be a twist. I know Filoni. There's going to be a twist. I get it. One of the minor characters is going to turn out to be a major character. We just didn't notice. All right, fine, whatever. So the bad things about 3 and 4, they double down on. We were spending more time with the minor characters. And listen, I don't mind the wise Jedi Master. I think it's great to have the trope, but we've done that to death. Now, I will be honest that Kenobi had a lot of good things, but one of the things that really drove me up the wall was the whole stupid, and again, to be fair, it's a Disney trope to have the old Sage Master and the young little kid, plucky little kid, their sidekicks together. It's like, oh God. But good or bad, that's a trope. It's been done before. It's even been done in the prequels. That said, I can't say it's being done badly. I just wish they break some formula. I mean, like, really, Kenobi, it was Kenobi and Leia, young Leia. Here it's old Jedi Master, Dev, and Maul. So now it's a triad, not a dyad. Really? So Maul is not going to get Andor praise from me. It's not. It's not innovative storytelling. It's not deep Christopher Nolan stuff. However, I am shocked to say it is still pretty effective. That said, these episodes are more decidedly flashy. There is a lot of great action. To me, the best part was this, and it was so short, but so powerful, where Maul is just exercising, and he's just doing all this karate, martial arts stuff, and I was like, that was golden. And I was thinking, oh, they're going to build up to something, maybe a Force vision, maybe Palpatine will do a hologram, maybe he'll have a flashback to Kenobi. Nope, they just stop. It wasn't ruined. It wasn't bad. It's like, oh, okay, Maul's going to get back to being a gangster. And I'm like, why don't they just do more with Maul? It just seems they're afraid of Maul. Like, they've unleashed Maul. Maul is deadly. Maul is dangerous. Maul is confident. But we do see he's vulnerable. We do see he's been in a lot of pain. A lot of physical pain, mental pain. And he has problems, right? He's running a gang. And the gang is starting to feel like, I don't know, where's the money? So it's being very well done. It is definitely way stronger than Kenobi, no doubt about that. But it's not yet reaching the Andor level. And I don't know why. Because they're so close to Andor. They're just like, if Filoni just got out of his way, it's like the same thing. If J.J. Abrams just stopped being J.J. Abrams for 1 second and just concentrate on the story. If George Lucas stopped being George Lucas and just concentrate on the story, but they can't help themselves. They got to get back into the Filoniverse. So there were great flashy things with action, which is fine. Star Wars. I didn't hate it, but I just was not as into it as other people. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, Darth Maul's using a lightsaber. Listen, I love when Darth Maul uses the lightsaber or the double-bladed thing or whatever it is. But, there's a lot more of the character. I'm glad what they did with episode 1. They just gave us hints of Maul's history. The Clone Wars went too far, giving us too much with the brother. Oh my God. Savage Opresso. Oh my God. That's so stupid. So this is definitely balanced. If you don't know the Clone Wars, if you just know the prequel trilogy, you'll more or less be able to guesswork what's happening. The Clone Wars does help you, though. But I got to be honest, they don't lean on that as much as I thought they would. They actually do try to develop these other characters. The problem is these other characters are boring. These other characters are lame. And Filoni's just repeating what Lucas did. So it just felt very on the nose, very repetitive. That said, there's still a lot of consistency. So I would have preferred concentrate on Dev and Maul. It's supposed to be a Maul Dev story. but they just keep going to these side quests. And I'm like, who cares? Maybe there's a big payoff for season 2, but it just feels like we're doing Daredevil all over again, where Daredevil had excellent episodes, but then it had episodes which were just dragging and slow and stupid for no reason. So the quality here is consistent. It's not like a drop off like Daredevil. Daredevil had major editing, plot problems. They've avoided that, but it's the same thing. We're going into these side quests, all these side characters, for the next season. And that's what it feels like here. We're just setting up the next season, because Maul has been renewed. So when they concentrate on Maul and Dev, it's golden. But it does feel like we're being very repetitive. Like we've seen Darth Maul in intense lightsaber battles. We've seen that before. I don't mind seeing that again, but we could add more. But instead they're like, not really. But again, they had that golden scene where he's just exercising, trying to work out his trauma, and then they go back to the Filoni story. And I'm like, but there we are. But again, I'm not deviating from my basic judgment. It's still 8.25, but I would change the rating slightly. It's more like an 8 out of 10, because again, I didn't mind Dev talking with the kid, but it just seems like we've done this a million times. Like, I'm having doubts about the Jedi Order. Maybe I should be Anakin again. It's like, okay, I guess. And yes, to conclude, it's no spoiler, but they are giving hints that Maul will fight Vader. They're clearly hinting Maul will fight Vader. It does not break the canon. It does not upset the stories. But I'm like, I'd be very disappointed if they did that. If they do that for season 2, I'd be happy. But, do we need to? We don't need Vader. Again, I'm much more of a Maul Palpatine guy than Vader. I don't dislike Vader, but I'm out of love with Vader. I think we've had enough. Like, Vader and Kenobi was good. Vader and these other, like, Rogue One was good. We don't need to overuse Vader. Like, let's not overuse Vader. Like, we've had a lot of good Anakin, a lot of good Vader with Disney, but, I mean, come on. There's a limit. There is a limit. There is a limit. So, we have not unveiled Vader yet, but they're giving all that hints. Vader's coming! I guess we could just go back to Maul and Dev, but it's like, that's not enough. Right. But it's an 8 out of 10. For Filoni, 6 episodes that collectively are 8 out of 10. I don't think he's ever done 8 out of 10, let's be honest. So maybe he's finally graduated to real storyteller. But, it's Dave Filoni, so I'm suspecting, a plot to destroy his own plot. Sorry, I'm still suspicious.